My name is Anjanique, but everybody call me Neek or the Post Princess. I'm a model. I'm a podcast host. Um, as y'all can see, I review stuff too from my review of y'all.
We
Um,
appreciate it.
and I'm currently re-enrolled into Ohio Media School.
That's
Uh,
what's up.
I
That
just
used to be my
graduated.
degree before I changed it to business.
Huh?
My degree was broadcast journalism, so I changed it to business.
Yeah, I have a radio and TV broadcasting certificate, and now I'm back re-enrolled for my degree
That's
in
what I was gonna do. That's what I was gonna do before did business.
radio and TV.
Hmm.
I mean, it's kind of it's good. I would say it's good. Well, let me grab my questions for you. Do you want to introduce yourself before I get to asking you questions?
No, that's fine. You can just ask. Just shoot.
Okay, so my first question is, can you explain the process on how you ended up on Queen's Court?
Um, a young lady that's in the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority
Mhm.
Incorporated. Won't say her name. She's a producer on the show. She looked at my Instagram and thought I'd be a good fit. I went through an interview process. It went down from April to August. To September basically. So it was a long process.
It was,
25,000 people.
and you got picked out of them 25,000 people.
Yeah.
That must have been something. That must have been really
Uh,
something.
I guess.
I mean, you got to be on the show with like three little beautiful people, so I feel like that's something to get picked out
it,
of
it, it,
25,000
it,
people.
it was it was an amazing process. Um, really good people on the show. Couple of guys I didn't care for. You know, I you know what? I'll tell you who it is. Ethan and the guy, the redhead guy, the red beard guy, the bald headed guy that kept coming in. He said none of us was his competition. None of us was better than him. We were dusty and
Oh, I
all
know
this stuff.
exactly who you talking
He was real
about.
rude.
Oh
He
my
got
God, I
kicked
did
off
not like
quick.
him either. I did
And
not
then
like
the
him.
other guy, I think he got kicked off too. Talking about we gave him an AARP vibe. I'm like, dude, I can grow a full head of hair. You can't. You know, I do the ball because it's sexy. You know, you
Let
you
them
you can't
know.
go. You can't. You know, I just thought it was a lot of
Mhm.
cattiness from them two. A lot of people when Ethan did the Keith Sweat deal, they kind of cut it off. They really saved him because I was really getting ready to get into him, and I'd said some things. I'm not going to repeat what I said because I think we're going to have a reunion show, so I'm going to repeat.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get into it on a reunion show. So you're getting a scoop that I haven't mentioned on anybody's information. It was
Okay.
just a lot of little stuff, that didn't have to happen. When you're in a room with a lot of guys in competition, I understand that some people might be intimidated, but that's the one thing I did like about it was the camaraderie. We all helped each other. It was a good experience, and I got some other stuff in the pan and other stuff on the horizon right now. If I get picked for this next thing, it's going to be really big.
Mhm.
So I'm excited about that.
Okay. What was your first impression meeting the queen?
Regal, beautiful women, beautiful souls. Me and London, we communicate
Oh, I love
still.
I love
She's golden. She's got a heart of gold. Lisa Ray and I too. K Michelle, I've been on one of her lives before, but we don't communicate like I do with the other two.
Mhm.
But they were very genuine. The stuff that didn't get shown on camera was the priceless stuff, the after hours stuff when the cameras went off. We
Mhm.
all just hung out and chilled and ate and talked fellowship about life and family. You really these women don't they don't get done justice of how genuine they are,
Mhm.
especially London. So London's really cool.
Yeah. I agree cuz with London being starting off on Flavor of Love, like I know people expected, and I'm not gonna lie, I expected it too. I know people expected watching her on Queen's Court that it would be the same way as she was on Flavor of Love. I expected it too, but seeing her in a different light, it was very beautiful.
Because I mean, everybody genuinely was genuinely on there trying to find love.
Hmm.
That was a good thing. Those guys I'll be friends with forever. We have a bond that we talk, at least one or two of us talk 1 or 2 times 2 times a week, 3 times a week. We keep communicating. I just got through texting Zach a little while ago about something. So we have a genuine relationship.
Oh my God,
That's
how's he doing? Is he doing good?
Yeah, he's doing a lot better.
That's so
We
good.
just did something on what show were we on? We just did something for Zeus for his alma mater
Hmm.
Sunday, and I saw Zach for the first time since the show.
Okay, that's good. Because he had me concerned when he had to leave. Like, I was hoping that he was doing so much better.
No,
Okay,
a
what's
lot of
that?
us are a lot of us a little bit older. Like some people witnessed me, and they were listening to me. And they were saying when I was saying I was when I said I was older, and I was
Hmm.
a little bit heavier then. I was dealing with a torn rotator cuff. I was just rehabbing from surgery.
Hmm.
I mean, I didn't do surgery. I was rehabbing. I didn't want to do surgery, so I picked up about 25. I was like 26 pounds heavier than I am now. So I was tired, and I couldn't work out and do the things I wanted to do that keeps me going. And we were eating a lot of carbs. It was just, and my shoulder was hurting all the time. So it was just really that was a bad thing. But other than that, it was a great experience.
That's good. I love that. I love that y'all had a great experience. Okay. Hypothetically speaking, if you didn't saw after Lisa Ray, what other queen would you have chose?
Well, I'm a firm believer in age appropriate.
Hmm.
So that was my first bet. That's the thing. As soon as I saw Lisa Ray, that was age appropriate for me. I
Hmm.
know that was going to be the best fit for me.
Hmm.
But if I had to, all three of them are beautiful women with great personalities. I'll just be in the age appropriate, doing the right thing, because I know that America's going to be watching this, and I
Hmm.
had to be my authentic self. And I don't go for anybody super younger than me anyway,
Hmm.
because it's just not a good look, and it's just not something I would want to do as an older man.
Hmm.
Um, so I just went for what was age appropriate for me.
Okay, okay, okay. I like that answer. Um, okay, besides yourself, and I got this question from when K Michelle asked one of her men to this too. So, besides yourself, who do you think, honestly, out of like the men that Lisa Ray had, she would have looked good with, besides yourself?
Booker, because I was saying in some of the confessionals that we had
Mm-hmm.
that if I didn't win, I would I could see her with Booker, because me and Booker we were a lot alike um, as far as family and the way that we would look at life.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing against David. I just know that I just felt like Booker would be a good segue for her.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, I got nothing but love for David. Like I said, I had no problems with any of the guys except the two I mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so did you build any friendships with some of the men of Queen's Court and who?
Absolutely. Zeus, Zach, David, Tracy, Nosh, um, Ben, um, Afam, Andre.
So that's mostly everybody that was remaining. That's good.
We got each one of us text or call each other.
I love that. That is so good. I love that. I love
It's
bond.
like when I got voted off, because when I got voted off, I actually sent them dinner after I left.
Oh, that's so sweet. That is so
And
sweet.
they were bugging off about this, like, yo, did you order this food? There's some food got your name on it. Like, yo, I ordered for y'all to have food, because I know when we film, it's 14-hour day filming. So when we get to filming, it's late at night. So me and Nosh, especially, and Booker, we were especially were working. But Booker, he would spend time afterwards. But I was working in my profession, and
Mhm.
Nosh was always working. So it was late, and we didn't get to do anything till after we filmed. We didn't go out. We didn't do anything. No nightlife. We didn't partake of any of that. It was business.
Mm, okay. Um, okay, it's a question about me in my review. So I want to know, what did you honestly think of my review? It could be about the whole video or like just what I said about you. It could be because
Because I know that you were a young professional in what you're doing. This is
Mhm.
what I used to do.
Mhm.
I pour into anyone that's trying to do something.
Mhm.
And I took you as a young professional trying to get their feet wet and looking at a show. And I just was really proud of you as a human being trying to do something. So I'm not ever going to be bigger than a moment, because I have a lot of moments that I've weaved together in my life. You know, I've dated celebrity women. I've got
Mhm.
celebrity clients. I got celebrity friends.
Mhm.
Like if I'd have got a little bit longer, I would have had Case come on the show and we would have sung to Lisa Ray. I had everything planned, but I didn't get longer because he lives in Atlanta.
Oh, I love
Um, so I'm gonna do anybody that's a young adult trying to reach out and do some great things. I'm
it.
gonna give them my attention because
Mhm.
that's what I'm here for. So when you said something, I said this is really cute, and I sent it. I put it in the um in the group chat,
Mhm.
and I said, look at this. This is kind of dope. And so when you reached out, I said, of course I would do it.
Yeah, because let me tell you. Okay, so I came to school, like, mind you, I had already graduated, but I came up to the school before I started again. And I told like two of my teachers. I told one named Raheem, and I told the other one that I'm very close to, Bria. But I was talking to Raheem first. I said, "Yo, I'm so mad." I said a year ago, I posted on my story that Will Packer needs to put Lisa Ray on the show, and I said she broke my heart at the end. I said I'm so mad, like she broke my heart at the end, yo. I'm like she broke my heart. Then she blew one of my favorite people off. I'm like, yo, so they was like, you gotta that he was like, you made a compelling argument, like you gotta do a review of it. And I said, oh,
So
I'm
this is this is this a journalism teacher?
no, he's not. He's a photography and video teacher.
Okay, okay, cool. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And he was like, you gotta do a review off of it. He was like, because your argument is compelling. He was like, and I know how you are. Like you love talking to you love watching stuff with Lisa Ray on it. And so I know for a fact that you was gonna watch that. I was like, yeah, I watched it within 24 hours. It came out October 6th and I finished it October 7th. I said, yeah, I had every intention to finish that because I needed people to understand why they should watch it and why they need
Mm-hmm.
to watch it. Because not only will they get a different perspective of Lisa Ray, but they'll be able to get a different perspective of K Michelle versus her from being on Love and Hip Hop.
Let me tell you
And
something.
good shit.
K is a joy. K
And
is a
I love
joy.
that, and she really seemed like that on
And I love to listen to
Discord.
her talk because she's got that Memphis. You know, K Michelle went to school on a yodeling scholarship.
I think
And a
she.
lot of people don't know that. She made her own way to get to HBCU. She's
And
a
I love
member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and her son is actually a member of my fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity.
oh, Chase. The
So it was kind of cool because me and Zeus were the only alphas on the show, and Will Packer's frat. Shout out to the frat and
mm-hmm.
Will Packer's frat. So I was like, okay, hold on. My apologies. Somebody called me, and
They're perfectly fine.
they've been blowing on my phone. I told them if I don't answer, I'm busy.
Mm-hmm.
Leave a message. So when we realized we were the only alphas on the show, we both started laughing like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. And so um, every one of them were great, you know. And here's the thing, inside that I've never told anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know me and Lisa Ray have mutual friends.
Mm-hmm.
My ex girlfriend's real tight with her sister.
Mm. Brad, Shawnee, we love Shawnee over here. We love.
Right. So I could have cheated
Mm-hmm.
and called and said, hey, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I got my phone, like I told her, and I didn't tell her at the time. She found out later. I said, we're going to see each other again. We have mutual friends. And I just kept saying that
Mm-hmm.
because I wasn't going to cheat. Because people like you and other people in America that are trying to strive and look for love and look for honesty somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the divided world that we live in today,
Mm-hmm.
I had to represent and be my authentic self
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and not cheat or not lie or not overact and be myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like a lot of times you saw my eyes rolling because I was listening to some bullshit. And I'm like, come
Yeah.
on, man. You
Yeah.
know, I get my
And I think
post.
that's why, I made sure because as you noticed from my review, I didn't add all the like everybody in there. I did not. And I think I added you in there because I was like, it's something about him. I don't know what it is. When I was talking to my friend, I'm like, it's something about him. And I don't know what it is because she was like, Neek, you're not even supposed to be adding the people that got eliminated. You only supposed to be adding the people that were still there. I'm like, I know, but it's something about Charles. And when I found out you was a Scorpio, I was like, that's what it is. I said, that's what it is. He's a Scorpio like me. That's what it is. I'm like, that is exact because my birthday's on Sunday. I'm like, that's what it is, girl.
And my birthday was October 28th.
And I was like, yeah, he a Scorpio. I'm like, that's what it is. And I called my friend. I was like, Anaya, Charles, that I'm about to do the interview with, that's on my review. He's a Scorpio. She was like, that's why you like him. And I said, that's why I like him. I'm like, because the Libras and the Scorpios, they kind of get along a little bit. I'm like, they kind of get along a little
Right.
bit. I'm like, I think
They
that's
can
what it
also
is.
we also have a built-in BS a BS
Yeah,
to take bull crap.
absolutely.
So and I a lot of my scene, we had some really good scenes that got cut out, like the food scene. Like somebody made a comment talking about if Charles don't eat beef or stuff, how'd he get so big? I'm like, because I couldn't work out. I said, but you seen my recent pictures now. I'm back to my pimping weight now. I got my
Hmm.
swag back. But it was funny how some people were saying, like, he's so big, how'd he get so big? Like, listen, your pawpaw don't look this good. Your pawpaw can't bench press on 305 pounds.
Period. Let them know,
Your
Charles.
pawpaw can't do 100 push-ups every morning.
Let
You
them
can't
know.
do that. I don't look my age. So it was reading, listening to some of the reviews and and we got a lot of scenes. Cause like the scene where we were eating in the food, I did
Hmm.
not know, and I was checked out that day. And Jesus, come on, y'all. I'm busy. Hold on. Okay, so that scene I was kind of checked out. That was the anniversary of my father's death.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So on that show, when they were filming, we were talking about my father's death, and I was explaining how October is a heavy month for me.
Hmm.
My son I had a situation that I can't go into. I don't want to go into. His birthday's that month. Um, is October. My birthday's October 28th. My father passed away on the 21st.
Hmm.
That's the month I get screened for cancer. It's my college homecoming month. A lot of stuff, right? So my father died of cancer. My mother did too. But they were celebrating my birthday on that show too. They
Hmm.
kind of moved my birthday up. So they kind of cut it up a little bit. But me and Lisa Ray had a scene, and she's like, well, why are you? So just kind of said, I wasn't really listening, Lisa Ray, because it's my anniversary of my father's death. And, I'm just thinking about my dad. And I got to talking about my dad, and we had some teary moments where we hugged each other and we all prayed and ate.
Hmm.
And it was really a good moment, some good moments that I hate that didn't make to the screen.
Oh, they should
Stuff
have
with
made that. They should have put that on there because I be trying to tell people like that don't know Lisa Ray or is not a fan of Lisa Ray like I am. I be like, her
Let me tell you something.
passed
That
away.
person,
Like,
she's an anointed, spirited person. She hugged me, and okay, like the thing with the ring pop. If you look when I'm giving her those intricate gifts,
hmm. That
the
was my
last
favorite
gift was
episode too of yours.
the
That was,
last gift was a ring pop. You remember she had a green ring pop when she was talking to
hmm.
me. They cut that out, and the reason being is because, again, I'm like me and Booker are like a year, 2 years, a year difference, a year,
Hmm.
2 years. I forgot. Dre gave a ring pop to Lisa. They gave ring pop to K Michelle.
Hmm.
I gave that ring pop to Dre, and I said, "Hey, her favorite color is red. You give her this, and you'll send a message."
Hmm.
So they wasn't gonna have both scenes. So
Yeah, and then
I
you
got
got a green one, so you knew Lisa Ray's favorite color is green.
that was her second favorite color.
Okay, I love that.
So when I gave her this, I said, "And hopefully, at the end of this, I can make this real."
Hmm.
And then I gave it to her,
Hmm.
and she's like, "How'd you know it was my second favorite color?" I said, "I better know."
Yeah, I remember that.
So every time is when I kept saying, "I better know." Like when I had the champagne,
Hmm.
and she was like, "That's my favorite." I know. She was like, how you know? I better know. Just like I knew her favorite dessert, and I got to say, and that's the one thing she loved about me because I was meticulous and I did my research. Um, yeah, I surprised her a bunch of times about music. I sent
You
her a
did.
playlist
You
and
did.
like some things that didn't make it. She's like, "How do you know this playlist? Why'd you put these songs in the order that you did?" I said, "I better know," and I said, "Because I know we're from the same era of age, and I better know this stuff.
Yeah.
I court differently." And I wanted the world to see. That's why I was being myself. So you notice after we popped the champagne, everybody started popping Dom after that.
Hmm.
So we had a little war after that. After I said, "Man, y'all better get your MXs out because I'm not playing." I said, "We can play this game all night. I'm not gonna be. We can play this game." So I sent for that bottle, and then they all started getting bottles after that too. So that was a good thing. So it was awesome.
Yeah. I liked it, the little significant things that you gave her because I was telling my friend, I was like, watching this, like it's some moments where you're gonna be like, dang. Like she really did this in the midst of like her mother passing away. And I'm like, that's hard for anybody, losing the person that gave them life, like carried them for 9 months. I'm like, so the fact that not only just you and Booker and David, y'all all cared about what she was going through, the whole cast and the different
Everybody,
like where the
it
Lynches
was like a
and
big
K
family.
Michelle.
So I was supposed to sing.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. I was supposed to sing. They auditioned. When I did the audition, I sung every time.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, yeah, he's going to sing. And there was a thing where I was singing singing the best part to her by her and Daniel, whatever the name is, guy.
Daniel Caesar.
Yeah, I sung the best part to her. And they cut that scene out. But I was supposed to sing. And then at the last minute, I mean, the very last minute, they told me, no, I couldn't sing. You got to find another talent. I said, man, what? What?
So that's
I
why you
said,
chose comedy.
no, I chose the poem about my mother.
Oh yeah, though spoken the poem. Yeah, that's
So
what
when I walked out and saw her, I said I was just going to freestyle a poem because I was going to ask one of y'all to give me a word,
you.
and then
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to start speaking. I said, but I know you just lost your mother.
Mm-hmm.
I said, and I wrote something for my mother, and I want to share it with you. And I said, I didn't know what kind of man I was going to be until I knew what kind of woman I love, and I love my mother. And read the poem.
Mm-hmm.
So that was why I read the poem about my mother. That's something I wrote for my mother when she passed. But my talent was supposed to be singing, and I got bumped at the very last minute, and that's why Nash was singing.
Yes, I wish they would have let you do that. That would have been so fun to see.
Hey, I said that, and I said to myself, I said, you know what? If I'd have got all my scenes in, but it wouldn't have went for the storyline because I left early.
You
I mean, I
did.
got to episode 8, but
And that's why I kept you in my review. I was like, y'all, he was there for a little long time. Like, if you think about it, I'm like, he got to episode 8. It was only 2 episodes left. I'm like, I gotta add Charles in here. Like, he made it to episode 8. Some of these people that got eliminated didn't even make it to
and if
episode.
I'd have been more, and if I'd have been more aggressive, I would have edged David out because I was already beating him out, as you saw.
Mhm.
I would have edged David out,
That's
but
what
I
I
wasn't.
that's what I meant to add in my review for you. I asked my friend, I was like, if I add Charles should have been a little more aggressive because y'all know she liked that. Would that be too much? And she was like, it might be a little bit too much.
No, if
She
I'd
was
have been
like, it
more
would have been a
intentional
little
and more
bit too
aggressive, because
much.
every time she was about to be thinking something else, I would always come with something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was being intentional and courting the right way. Wasn't a lot of time. And I would tell her all the time, said, there's not a lot of time, Queen. I need more time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted to be authentic. If I wasn't going to be authentic, the first person who called me out was my friends. And I had to be authentic because
Mm-hmm.
people like you and somebody, I figured, okay, if I don't find my queen here,
Mm-hmm.
my queen's going to be watching. So I have to be
Absolutely.
authentic. I have to be authentic.
Absolutely.
What I do
All
for a
you can
living
be.
demands that I stay authentic.
That's all you can be at the end of the day. That's all you can be. Um, my next question is, tell my viewers about your book and who is Charles outside of Queen's Court.
I have 3 books, and the one I compiled was just some stuff on how to move through life. You know, Charles is a kid from a small town of Oklahoma, Boley, Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Graduating class of 16. Went to a HBCU. Just been marching to my own beat. Been mistaken as cocky and arrogant because I just knew who I was at an early stage. And I tell people all the time, and this is something you can take with you, being an extroverted spirit, is what I call all Scorpios. You've been doing you longer than everybody else been doing you.
Mm-hmm.
So the moment that you change yourself is the moment that you rob the world that's trying to see and be and feed off of NYKE
Mm-hmm.
and your energy. There's a little kid probably not even born yet, just waiting. And they're going to see something that you or somebody like us does. And that's going to take them to the next echelon of their life. I treat the world and everything that I do as if that's going to be the first and last time anybody meets me.
Mm-hmm.
And I also know that when I'm put in the ground and I'm done,
Mm-hmm.
that's the last Charles Hopgood to walk this earth. So I have a legacy to uphold.
Hmm.
So if I had to sum up who I am in a nutshell, it's authentic. I live a receded life.
I love that. I love that answer. I really do love that answer. And I thank you for saying that about me because I be trying to, like, my personality, I'm a very loud person.
So am I.
And I'm very extroverted. And my mom be like, my mom, she's a introvert and she's also
I'm
a
an
Taurus.
introverted extrovert, but
So
yeah.
she's just an introvert, real chill, real quiet, and she's a Taurus. And she be like, Angelique, no man is gonna like your personality the way that it is. You're so loud and you so this. You need to learn how to tune it down. And I be like, but mom, I'm like, but people that know me, they love the way that I am. They love that personality. They love that I say what's on my mind. They love that I give it to them raw. They love that I'm still authentically myself and I'm unapologetically myself. I'm like, they love that about me. Like, and that's some things that I would want you to like love about me too. Like I know sometimes I'll say some things that might be a little crazy and you be like, girl, like you can't be saying half of this stuff. But I'm like, I'm just growing. Like I'm in my 20s, about to be 24. I'm like, I'm just learning and growing and trying to get somewhere in life. Like I don't want to be in the same place that I was when I was like 10. Like I'm about to be 24. I want to be something else. And if my personality the way it is, if I got to continue to show that more and continue to be the unapologetic self that I am, then that's just what I'm gonna have to do, and that's just how it's gonna be. At the end of the day, it's either you rocking with it or you not. Because at the end of the day, mama, you still going to the top with me because you my mama. I can't leave you behind.
But even so much is not someone not leaving your mama. This is me telling you something as a big brother trying to give you some tell you something good. There's some man waiting for you that needs you to be who you are because you're gonna make him turn into his superpower.
Mm-hmm.
Don't change.
I appreciate that. I really do.
Don't change ever.
I really
Because
do.
my mama was loud.
Mm-hmm.
She's an Aries, and my mama took 6'3". She was an Aries, and she was
Oh,
loud. Yeah, no games. And my father was a smooth and suave. I'm a perfect storm of two individuals. And I
mm-hmm.
tell people all the time, you don't like how I am. Be mad because your daddy didn't meet my mama and your mama didn't meet my daddy. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep doing and being who I am.
Yeah. And I sometimes try to tell people like I am the way I am because I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I'm like, you're not about to meet like most of the time, you're not about to meet a lot of people that's like introverts. Like you're not.
Right.
Like they're loud. I'm like, case in point, a little bit of Lisa Ray. She loud sometimes. I'm like, but you gotta love
Yeah.
her. Like Bernie Mac, he was loud, man. He rest in peace. I'm like, you're gonna meet a lot of loud people that's from my city, and you're gonna love us. Either you gonna love us or you gonna hate us. But at the end of the day, I guarantee you, you can't say nothing bad about us.
Two of the women that I had a good time with in dating from Chicago.
Hmm.
That's what's funny.
I felt
And
like I had to add that in there for my review because every time like people hear me talk, they be like, "Where you from?" And I'd be like, "I'm from Chicago," and they be like, "Yeah, you sound like
one
you sound a little country."
one of my past girlfriends of 3 years was from Chicago. She was a singer, a rapper. She was on a lot of R. Kelly projects. The Dave Hollister video, One Woman Man.
Mm-hmm.
She was a young lady in the white jeans.
Mm.
Her stage name was Strings. Very beautiful person, very organic and beautiful person. Um, I can say this publicly. I was bogged down with work,
Mm-hmm.
and we probably would have still been together if I hadn't been bogged down with work and other stuff. She's a beautiful person. That was a real grown up relationship that I had. I'll
Mm-hmm.
always love her.
So, is there some things that Queen's Court taught you so that you would carry into like in your real world now that you carry into your real world?
I was being my authentic self, so my real world or whatever. This is who I am. It did tell me my poker faces ain't worth a damn. Uh, that's about it. It taught me about it showed me that in the world that a lot of people aren't authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't can't be authentic, and grown men can still be intimidated, which I told you, i.e. the Ethan and the three guys. You notice none of us said anything negative about anything except those three guys.
And I really forgot who Ethan was. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I
The
forgot
guy that
what
said
he
he
looked
was
like.
ex NFL, which was a lie. you
Oh
know,
yeah,
yeah,
now.
never tell a verifiable lie. My rest in peace to the Oracle, my mentor,
Mhm.
James Wallace. Never tell a verifiable lie, and he told a verifiable lie. But you don't have to down another man to boost yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
that was the only, the men can still be out intimidated, bless their heart. Um, I I'm thankful for the moments I had with the queens, and I still have somewhat of a relationship with all three of them. It's I'm gonna be immortal. It's a blip in time that I'm thankful for. Like I said, if this next project comes through, that's gonna really be. I can't speak on it yet because I've only done one of the interviews. They
Mm-hmm.
love me, but we gotta see if the network loves me. If the network loves me, this is gonna be probably one of the biggest things I've ever done in my life, and it's really gonna tap into my Scorpio skills,
I mean,
my psyche. So that's really gonna come in handy. So I'm excited about it. If I do get that spot and it happens, I'll give you the first interview after it's done
I love that. I would love that. I would love that. Okay,
because
so
it's a big deal. It's
do
bigger
you
than
have
Queen's Court.
any do you have any favorite moments that they didn't show on
Yeah, I
Queen's
told
Court
you
that you
that.
have not talked about?
No. The moments that they didn't show was the okay. Well, me and Lisa had one moment
Mm-hmm.
where I think there was an interview about her where they said something about she that she had put in an interview that she needed to if a man dated her, he needed to pay all her bills, and she didn't believe in this, that, and the third.
Oh my God, that's my favorite interview of hers. She did that with Trick Daddy.
So I said to her, I said, you have to understand this is a business that you and I are about to enter into. I better have my ducks up to understand that. I said I drive a nice foreign car. I like nice things. Those nice things cost, and they have a maintenance of life in order for them to be the nice things that I covet them to be. I wouldn't liken you to an article or a piece of jewelry or anything, but you are precious.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no problems with who you are and what you require.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it's a beautiful thing to me, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what I told her.
I love that. Um, what else? I have like two more questions. Um, it's about Lisa Ray too. So I wanted to know, like, what's your favorite besides her personality? Because I know it's her personality, because that's what I love too. What's another thing that's your favorite thing about Lisa Ray? What is it?
Her smile,
Oh, I love her smile too.
her
But
smile.
I love her as a
That
mom
woman is
and
gorgeous
a
without
grandma.
makeup. That woman is gorgeous.
And I be trying to tell people, don't ever play with my girl,
In
'cause my girl is good
that
looking
woman
without
is
makeup.
inside out gorgeous.
It's the eyes for me though. The eyes really pull you in.
She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous, hands down.
I love the
And just
fact.
and I'm talking gorgeous throughout. I'm talking mama, wholesome, warm, hold you to the bosom, close,
Mm-hmm.
gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Have you eaten? Are you okay? How you feel? That
Mm-hmm.
kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that right there was what really was warming me. And I'm like, damn, that's the icing and the cake.
Yeah.
Um, that's all right. The buttercream cake, buttercream icing, by the way, not the whipped cream that's half.
Yeah.
Yeah, the real icing.
I feel like she shows that though. That's why I be trying to get all my friends and even my mom to like watch her, especially my mom, because I was like,
And,
Mom,
and then and then the fact
these
that
type of
she likes to be called Lisa Ray because Ray is her father's name,
let them know. Yeah, David Ray
and
McCoy.
she's a daddy's girl too. And I call her the real McCoy. She likes it though.
Yeah, because that was her reality show. It was called Lisa Ray, the Real McCoy. I used to watch that too.
Yeah.
I had no business watching it as a kid, but I did. And what about it? Like, had no business watching that either.
She's
But I
definitely
did.
the real McCoy. She's definitely as advertised and even deeper. So
Hmm.
that was a joy, if nothing else. And then K Michelle, that was a joy too. I liked her from the other show when her famous scene where she says, "I'm shaking the table."
That's what I
I
edited in my
always
review
kept
about
thinking
her.
about that.
Hmm.
But then when you get around her, sweet as pie.
I love that. Because I've been listening to a lot of K Michelle lately. I don't know what's going on, but I have ever since I started watching Queen's Court with her on it. And I was like, hmm.
And Delicious is just London. I won't even call her Delicious. I'll call her London.
Hmm.
Um, she's a joy to be around too. She was really cool. We really are. I had a genuine connection with all of them. It was awesome. So
That's so
if I
sweet.
had to do it all over again, I'd have been a little bit more aggressive. I'd have edged David out because I could edge him out. I knew I could have. Um, I was slow, stepping too slow, and she even said come on, we got to go, and I was
Mhm.
being too gentlemanly. I should have stepped it up a little bit. So that's the only regret that I have.
just a little bit, just a little bit. You know,
Hmm.
you pay attention.
Absolutely.
You like a little aggressiveness, just a little bit.
Absolutely.
I was rooting for that. I was like, oh my God, this next episode, I need Charles to be
And
aggressive. Like,
I wish I was in better shape too, because she said my build wasn't her type, but she ain't seen my real build. She
yeah,
saw
because
my,
she said, and they made me laugh
yeah,
because she was like, he got more ass than
he
me.
had
And
more ass than me. And
marking
I'm like,
up.
man, listen, I got some, like, I'm back to my, like I said, I was like 25, 26 pounds. I'm
Hmm.
back to my weight now, like where I stay at.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, that was the only thing. If I hadn't re-injured my shoulder and my where I was right before I injured my shoulder, like I mean, you see my pictures. That's me now. I always talk about pictures me now. But if you go back in my stuff, like when I turned 50, when I really got in shape,
Hmm.
you know, I was 8% body fat. I had abs. I mean, like real big chiseled abs. I don't have the chiseled now, but I stay lean. So
Hmm.
I'm a little bit. If she'd have seen me the way I was built, that would have been a little bit better too. When I would have been a little bit aggressive, I think I would have edged everybody out.
You would have. I guaranteed you that you would have. Well, I want to thank you for coming on Let's Get Real with Neek. That's the name of my podcast. It's Let's Get Real with
Okay,
Neek because I'm Neek and I'm the realist, and you want to go get it real and raw from me.
that's
Nobody
what's up.
else. I really
That's what's
appreciate
up.
you for coming on my podcast, and I thoroughly, like I said on my review, I don't know if you heard me. I thoroughly enjoyed you on Queen's Court. I really did. I really did. I
Thank you.
really did. I
Thank
was
you.
like, you just need to be a little bit more aggressive. Because if y'all know Lisa Ray, y'all know she loved the aggressiveness, and you see it in everything. You see it in every little thing that she do, whether she acting or whether it's her in real life. You see it on everything. So
Indeed,
I really love the fact that you really did treat her like she was supposed to be treated on that show. I really appreciate that because I know she's going through a
she's
lot and
royal.
she deserved it.
Yeah, she's cultural royalty anyway.
I mean, that's diamond from the Players Club.
Right.
That's diamond.
She's
Like,
cultural royal. I told her favorite character to me was the one when she was getting married in the wood.
oh, the Wood. My favorite character, I don't know if you ever seen this movie of hers, but it's called Rhapsody, where she played an R&B singer. And Wood Harris was like, she stole Wood Harris from the girl that was cousin Faith on Soul Food. She
Hmm.
stole Wood Harris from him, and he became her music producer in the movie. It was like a BT movie, but now it's on DVD. It's on DVD now.
Okay, I'm gonna have to
If you
check
got
that
a
out.
DVD player, you need to go buy it off of Amazon because that movie right there, real good. That's my favorite Lisa.
I loved her in the wood. I loved her in the wood, and that's who I was pursuing.
You was pursuing Lisa from the Wood.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
love that. I mean, I like her in her new film that she did like I think like 2 years ago, Greed. I loved her in there too. Seeing her in a
yeah.
different light, then versus being a sex symbol and stuff, that was like real beautiful. I love
But in
that.
that wedding dress, and she's like, "Tell him to quit his whining." When she said that, I'm like, ah,
Well, now
poetry.
back to our interview, and again, I appreciate you so much for coming on my podcast. And please tell Zeus that I'm starting in his DM next because I want to interview him next. So please.
And Norman too. Norman be open for that
Oh my
too. I
God,
know.
Normie, yes. Oh my God, he made me cry in the first episode. I gotta get Normie.
Norman's a solid dude. If you DM
Yes.
him,
He
he'll
made me cry
interview.
the first episode. Yes,
He's
I
really
have.
solid. I never got to meet him until we start doing these interviews
Mhm.
together.
So please send Normie to my please send Normie's profile to my Instagram. I gotta
I'll
get
do
him
that.
because I
I'll do
really
that.
appreciated Normie on there.
Dre will too. Dre's a good dude too. All of them, you know, if you reach out, they'll interview.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a nice day.
You have a good day, and thank you for having me.
No problem.